Well, we have noise.
Hey, okay.
That must be on your end. Good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's day something in our 12 days of Christmas. Well, I can figure that out. Day 7. There we go. It's day 7. Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm John Young with Disc Jockey News, and this is Jeremy Martorano. Gosh, I've been practicing.
Every time you're getting closer and closer. Martorano. Just call me Jeremy. I don't care.
Jeremy
There's too many Jeremys out there.
You know, I was going and walking around today because we were in the doctor's office in Martorano, and I was giving you the Martorano, and they're like, "What's that? What language are you speaking?" It's like, I've got a friend, and I butcher his name every time.
I've got a friend. That's good. They're like, well, that's very good. I'm glad you got a friend.
and that's pretty much what it is too. Laurie's like, hey, good for you. So tonight, gang, we're going to talk lighting. Jeremy is a production lighting coming from the DJ world, very knowledgeable in his craft. And first off, Jeremy, we got to talk first what's over your shoulder. We'll get to in just a sec. I want to make sure if you're watching this on Facebook, thank you for watching. Our chat we're following is over on YouTube. So if you go to discjockeynews.com/live, that will take you out to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/discjockeynews. But go out there and you can find a link for tonight's show. Then you'll be able to be in the chat with us and ask questions, because Jeremy is going to be doing some Q&A a little bit later. Well, actually, anytime throughout the night, if you've got a question that pertains, throw it in there. If it doesn't pertain, well, then Howie or Reggie or anyone, any of the number of folks who are in the chat room, they'll take care of you, man. There's a lot of good folks in there, so... Okay, Jeremy, let's talk about what's behind you right there. That is pretty awesome.
All right, so what do we got? So yeah, we're in our new office, and I just, this is all a blank wall. We just moved in about a month ago, so I was like, well, let's project something fun up there. So this is actually what we do for a lot of events anyways. This is just using Grand VJ or Chaos to do some mapping, basically. It's this mapping, but with some masks. So we've got a little laptop set up over here. Got a couple layers going. I just thought it'd be fun to do that. So we do this at a lot of events.
But now, are you doing the whole thing and designing it in the software? You said it was Archaeos. Is that what you were using?
Yeah. Here, you want to see?
Yeah. Can you turn it on a little bit and show us? That'd be kind of cool.
We're gonna move. Hopefully, I won't make everybody dizzy. So here's the laptop that I'm running.
Uh-huh.
So you see, I have a couple different layers here, and it's all here. This is the full composition that you see right there,
with all the layers stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, so that's the snow, and then here's the mapping software that I have the cloud mask around it.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing there, and so that's up there.
So then when you did that at the school, you would have that laptop basically just dedicated to that projector. And
yes, yeah, I did.
And
so what we did this past weekend was a winter formal dance. And so we had the truss set up for the DJ. We weren't the DJ, we were working with somebody. And but we just kind of did all the lighting and had fun with it. So I could make it say DJ Brandon later on. And man, they're just like, just make it say my name.
All right. Exactly. Make it cool, and then send it to me.
Here, I'll show you this. So now I'm going to do a share screen. Are we still optimized? Do we still see me, or what are we doing?
Yep. I just need to flip to a second.
I mean, everybody wants to see the video. Nobody wants to see me. But
it's nice, so then we can talk while
yeah.
Because then it's showing us in the lower corner there. So
all right, cool. So this was our setup from this past weekend. And you can see on the stage there, we had the truss, the projector's right there in the middle, and the screen back there. So all we had was this white pipe and drape that was behind them. We could have projected on the wall, but they had all these decorations up on the wall. It would have worked, but this looked a lot better. It was a lot brighter.
So the projectors are coming from where?
Do you see my mouse in this?
Yep, right there in the dead center.
Right there in the dead center.
What's the distance? I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's a short throw projector.
So what's the distance between the trussing and where you guys are standing and that screen that short throw is able to get in there?
So here you go.
Oh, there we go. Look.
So the whole stage was about 13 deep. So that's probably about 10 feet throw right there.
I'm seeing a little bump on the bottom. That like is that a shadow? It doesn't I don't? Oh yeah. Okay,
That's
there you
his
go.
head. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we are.
the
So if he steps
DJ
back,
with the funky moves.
yeah. So if he steps back, yeah, he's in
Yeah,
that.
it was in that. I mean, it's just a little bit. It was such a it's a tight fit, but you know what? It's fine. It works cool. And then just like how I have the cloud mask over my shoulder back here,
Yeah.
we did their school letters, just the RMHS right there. You can kind of see it.
And that was a mask that went over.
Yeah, which is basically like just a frame.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it really is. Yeah, any projector can make that. We do anything. This is just a short throw projector that we have. It's a 3500 lumen short throw projector. Every projector we use is basically is consumer, I guess you would say. They typically range anywhere from $800 to $1,400. So they're higher end, but they are still consumer considered. If you have the throw distance, you could do it with any real projector, really.
Mm-hmm. But you need that really you need the short throw to get that angle, so you're not right in his face.
For that one there, yeah.
What are you using for a screen there? Now that looks like it's more of almost a pipe and drape type of a thing.
Exactly, it's just white pipe and drape. That's all it is.
How did you keep it taut enough that the screen would look?
Just white tape and just pulling it tight. Mm-hmm. That was 4 panels. They're about 5 feet a piece. So that was about 20 feet wide total. So you just pull it tight and you tape it up either from the back or if you have white tape, tape it up from the front. But yeah, it's just fine tuning it, you know. But that's how we made our quick little projection screen.
Yeah, that looks really, really good. You're not seeing. I mean, obviously, when the thing comes, you can see where the seams are at certain times. But once the video is going, you can't see. It doesn't stand out.
Yeah, there you go. But this DJ is going to kill me for showing. But you can see the seam right there.
Yeah.
It was a kind of a disco-y song. It was kind of funny. It was, yeah, he's a good character. But that's what, you know, when you get into it, everybody else gets into
exactly.
it.
That's part of, part of performing. They don't expect you to stand up there like a bump on a log. They can get that at home. They want some
Sorry
life.
for the raw footage. This was just...
no, it's actually...
I haven't even had a chance to process it yet. So
I actually like raw footage in that because then we can ask questions about it. And So let's go back. Give me back up to the trussing if you could.
Okay.
And for those of you watching, you're going to have to just bear with me because we're going to talk about what lighting you've got up there.
Sure, let's do it.
So that looks, is that the one, it's kind of a green right now in that scene.
All right, so basically we have the 2 lights on the ends, you know, on the book ending are going to be the Chauve Intimidator, Chauve DJ Intimidator trios.
Yep, I thought that looked like a trio. Nice.
Yeah, and then on the inside we have 2 Intimidator 255s by Chauve DJ as well. There's a theme here. And then the middle one is the Chauve DJ Swarm Wash Effects.
Okay.
So yeah. Actually, that was the Swarm 5. We didn't have the wash effects. But either way, it's the same thing in a sense. We do have a couple of LED pars, Eternal Light echoes on the inside to shine down on the DJ.
Okay, sure. That's what's giving the red glow right now.
Yeah. So we just put that on a simple color chase and you know, that way he's illuminated, and you know, I always find that's important. I mean, it looks cool, you know, that way they're just not backlit, and you know, it's cool.
And I think that's one area in which we as DJs we don't do enough of because, and again, especially at weddings. Now, there's times where I will shut that lighting off, but I do want to be illuminated because people need to be able to see who is talking. We've all experienced that where they have no idea. They hear a voice and they're looking around the room. And here I am at my DJ booth. Well, I'm in a darkened hole, generally is where I'm at.
Yeah, it really, yeah. And especially when if you're not standing on a stage or out on the dance floor in front of people, if you're just talking from behind your DJ booth, people are like, where's that magical voice coming from? You really have to say, I'm over here. You know, you have to command it. So I see some people talking about using spandex lycra material. Yep. Totally. We use that a lot as well. We just wanted to get more of a full coverage because, you know, the spandex will get that spider web look and you need a really big one. And then you need really super tight rigging to pull it really tight. But this one, we were just able to put the drape up there and it's extremely functional. So
yeah,
why not?
For sure. Oh yeah, so. Exactly. And from those shots in the front, I mean, it looks fabulous. You wouldn't know that it's just pipe and drape unless you know what to look for.
Exactly. Specialized Oh, DJ Specialized Mixes was asking, what does a gig like this cost? Um, this one, with all the mapping, we kind of threw some of it in, but this would typically go from anywhere from 1,700 to 2,500 usually. That's what we typically do. We're that's for the lighting only. The DJ. I think the whole gig was about 2,500. We kind of gave them a good little package on this one because I just wanted to have some fun.
Sure. Let's talk a little bit about you. You've got the trios up there, and I've seen the trios that's one of the few lights that I've really been like, I want those, and I haven't pulled the trigger to buy those yet.
They are fantastic. Yeah.
Are you running them in? Are you programming them, or is this running through some just?
No, everything's Show Express.
Okay.
Everything, yeah. And I'm running those guys in, I think it's 18 channel mode. So we can have all of the controls, and you can see the effect out on the dance floor. I mean, the coverage, the beams. The trio is fantastic because you can do beam effects. You can do, a lot of beam effects. You can do washes as well. And also when you're looking at them, the LEDs kind of animate around and do colors. They were having a little dance contest there.
Now, the gobos we're seeing are coming from the 255s, correct?
Yes. Yeah, all the gobos are the 255s. Those things, those things are little tiny guys. They have a huge coverage, especially when you're doing the prism.
That was what I ended up picking up. Is I picked up 6 of the 255s because I ended up getting a really good deal on a couple of them, and so I wanted to finish out. Yeah, I've been very, very happy with the 255s. We actually use those to spotlight and follow a bride and groom as they entered into the room, separated,
yes,
and then came together. And
it works really well.
Yeah.
Here you can see more of the beams that are going on. I mean, the coverage of these lights are just incredible.
Yeah.
And of course, we're doing the color changing up lighting around the room and having fun with that too.
What are you using around the room?
Eternal lighting. These were Echoes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, and the hazer is the ADJ Fog Fury phase.
Oh, you actually could use a hazer. That's a rarity.
This was a multi-generational recreation center. So, they were it's a lot of old people, I guess.
Yeah, and if they don't...
but it works out well. Yeah, I'm really happy they let us use the hazer because, I mean, it's a huge effect. I mean, look at that. Those beams are fantastic.
The beams you're showing right there of the trio in action.
Yeah.
It's opening and closing that.
Yes, those are the trios.
I love that. I love that effect. That is so cool. So very, very cool.
Yeah. So that's the fun stuff.
Yeah.
That was our fun little, that was Friday night, I think. Yeah.
What's the setup time? How long does it take and how many people to set that up?
We had 3 people total. It took us about an hour and a half. That was the total, about an hour and a half to 2 hours total to set it up. Most of our time, we really kind of found a lot of stuff out pretty quickly. Most of the time, what really takes the longest is doing the programming, the fine tuning, the what I like to call the obsessing.
Yep.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let's see. Here's just some of the color wash that you get with that trio. So, and this is one thing I just do. It's like, you always have multicolor lighting all night long, but it's cool to just have everything go blue, everything go red,
sure. Yeah.
Whatever. Just have it stay on that for an entire song. And then of course I use these guys to spotlight when the school court came up on the stage. I just swung them around and spotlit them. It's just some fun stuff. And then of course, going into strobing when the beat drops, right?
Yep, exactly.
So that's pretty much the fun night from that one. I don't know if I have any other cool video that everybody would like to see now, but there's more of the trio.
Yeah, that's somebody mentioned the wide angle Aaron did.
Yeah.
That wash is incredible.
And it's cool because this is the one I was looking for. It's really neat because when you have those beams going out and in, you can then run a zone macro where it only does like 2 of the LEDs or 3 of the LEDs.
Oh, sure.
It looks like beams shooting out. Let's see.
Yeah, we can definitely see it on the left side of the screen there.
Yeah, here you go. Like this one here. You can see it up in the top.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes beams shoot. I mean, it's almost a little laserish. I mean, they're just fantastic lights, you know. So, but that was my school dance, and you know, we started talking about the mapping, and then the DJ plus lighting jock. Is that what Sargent is asking about? I think the whole package. I think this whole prom was, or this winter formal was about 2,700. That's what they were going for.
Yeah, that's what he's.
Who makes a trio? Chauvet DJ. There we go.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please put those into the chat, because this is a great opportunity. This is not to put another plug in for Mobile Beat, but this is one of the reasons why, or what's cool about going to things like Mobile Beat, is that we can stand around and we would look at the trio. Jeremy and I could stand there, and I'd say, "Geez, Jeremy, I love that light. That's really cool." And he'll say, "John, I use that light. Let me tell you more about it."
You know, and Jeremy Breck gave an amazing demonstration this past Mobile Beat with the trios. He did a whole coordinated. He did a whole coordinated show that it was awesome.
Yeah.
I want more. After it was great because I brought my whole crew up there, my wife and our warehouse manager, and we were just like, okay. After that, they're like, we need to buy 8 more trios. I'm like, yes, we do.
Yes, we just got to figure out how to put it in a budget, man.
Yeah, totally.
Oh.
Cool. The wireless. Oh yeah, I do wireless. Okay, that's an interesting thought here. See all the blinking green lights in the back of the truss?
Oh yeah,
I do all wireless DMX. I was actually going to talk about that tonight.
So now, are you doing? Well, what are you using? Let's dig right into that.
Here, I'm going to kill that screen share.
Okay, I'm going to flip.
Hey, I'm back. Cool. Okay.
There we go.
All right, coolio. So with the wireless DMX, usually, you know, Eternal Lighting has a lot of their great products, and we actually use most of their, their XT emitters. You know, these guys. Mm-hmm. I've actually found I love brand names. I love Eternal Lighting, Chauvet DJ, American DJ, all those guys. But we do buy a lot of stuff off of Amazon, and a lot of these guys, the Donner brands, the generics, they work the same. Honestly, so I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for that, but
no, it's. I mean, people wonder about that, and
it's true. I mean, that's what we do. We buy all these, and then we get all these. You can get these little 8-pack. This is the receiver here. So usually when you go online and you buy it, you either get this one. I always recommend having at least one of these guys. These are going to be the stronger ones, and then but some of the packs come with this is a transmitter. And with the antenna, so it'll transmit out. There are some DJs that use these and they work great. We actually sometimes will use 2 at once to boost the signal.
Okay.
And we found that some of these guys, like we'll actually have 2 of these boxes in our rig, because when we're doing like 1,000-person event or a really long throw, you can actually extend or strengthen your signal just by daisy chaining these guys. Mm. It's interesting. And another trick that we found is that when we were in one room and we had some movers and uplights out in the hallway, it wasn't reaching. The wireless wasn't reaching out there. So what I did was I just took a 20-foot DMX cable, because we were near a door, ran it out the back of this guy, and then ran it out the hallway through the door, and then just taped this up on a wall. So that way it could broadcast out to the hallway.
Nice.
So that was a nice little way to boost you. And if you can also, in your own room, if you're having trouble and you've tried changing the DMX frequency or the ID group, you can take this guy and tape it up on your speaker as well, just to get up higher. Mm-hmm. Or you can just move this up higher, whatever. It just depends on your rig. But these little guys, this is in the back of the light. So I do everything with wireless DMX. And, they are all powered. You can get battery operated ones of these. I don't know if I'm going to go that route yet, because that's just another battery I have to worry about charging or replacing. I would rather just take the pass-through power out of the back of the Chauvet trios or the 255s or any light, really, the Swarm. You have a pass-through power, and this is your perfect little solution right here.
Yeah, quick and easy that way.
But that's what we do. We do everything wireless DMX. Yeah, Donner, DONNER. They're all over Amazon. For a while there, it was Wansung, I don't know.
I think if I remember.
But then they stopped selling that. Now it's Donner, and I don't know.
Donner sounds more American for
Yeah, right.
making
It's very
it's
true.
the same thing, just a different
Yeah.
print. And that is
Uh,
how they
but
go.
they're great, because these things, after the whole pack, I mean, it's like $200 for the whole pack, I think, and you get eight receivers and a transmitter. You know, they're fantastic, and it really really helps a lot if you don't have wireless DMX built in.
Yeah, exactly. Which of course a lot of fixtures do have that, and then a
Yeah.
person doesn't need to. And
Also,
sometimes those don't communicate back and forth.
yeah. So that was the wireless DMX that I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
Um, I think I was. Is any other questions that we're missing here? How are
Yeah.
we doing on time?
We're
Wow.
we're doing well. We're going to take a little break here, and we're going to do the bigger box called again. David, we'll have
Bigger
to.
box.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I think this is actually, you can get these from Eternal Lighting. If you can't find a generic online, just go to Eternal Lighting. It's the XT Mitter Pro. Those things are great. I actually like, I like the receivers, the generic receivers, but the XT Mitter is really good from Eternal Lighting. So if you can't find this online.
And again, that transmits and has more distance. Mark, when he's talked about that, he's like, he wants to walk a half mile away and show that it still has signal. And
yeah, when we first got our lights, we tried that out. We had this in our house, and it was an old house built in the 1920s, so it had like thick cement walls. And we walked outside, walked down the street. I got about like a block away or a half block away, and the light started to flicker. I was like, they're really good. They're really good.
Wow, that's crazy. But that's Mark has got some good stuff there. He puts a lot of it.
He really does. Yeah.
Gang, we're going to be doing our drawing next for our prize tonight, which we're going to be giving away. Tonight's prize is a lighting piece. We're going to be doing a laser light, one of the Uno lasers from proxdirect.com. We'll be doing that in just a couple of moments, but we're going to run our sponsors for tonight's 12 Days of Christmas show. We'll be right back.
It's that time of year again. Time to sign up for the Disc Jockey News 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. This year we have 12 days packed full of amazing prizes you can win. On the first day, you can win 5 specialty video downloads worth $125 from promo only. On day 2, someone is going to win a full show pass for Mobile Beat Las Vegas 2017. Up for grabs on day 3 is 3 months of digital downloads from Top Hits USA. On day 4, you can win a Swarm 5 FX from Chave DJ. Multiple winners on night 5 means you can win either a Weather System EXA from Blizzard Lighting or one of 4 copies of Dex 3 software from PC DJ. On night 6, we're giving away a Stinger Star from ADJ. You can make your own Christmas star if you win the prize on night 7, an Uno Laser Legacy GBC from ProX. On the 8th day, you can win 1 year of digital downloads from Prime Cuts. Up for grabs on the 9th day is an iPad Mini brought to you by DJ Event Planner. On the 10th day, you have a chance to win a Newmark NV2 DJ controller. Win on the 11th day, and you can be playing your holiday music from a set of EKX 12-piece speakers from EV. And finally, on the 12th day, JBL is offering up a shiny new pair of PRX 815W speakers. Bonus prize, all the winners from each night will also receive their own pair of gig gloves. You even have a chance to snag up some official Disc Jockey News gear just by joining our chat room on each night's live show. To sign up, stop by discjockeynews.com/12 days of Christmas. No purchase is necessary and all prizes will be delivered by Christmas. Best of luck, everyone.
The question here.
No, he was asking if they need to sign up every day and to get in the drawing or just once.
Oh, okay. No, you just sign up once and we go through. And what we do is we go, and okay, I'm going to admit I'm being bad. We just did the drawing. I was supposed to have done it before the show, so I wouldn't have to waste Jeremy's time with that, but we just did it. We log in, we go through everyone who signed up. There were, 3,730, I think, is how many have signed up for the drawing. And then I go to a random number generator, type in 3,000, give me a number between 1 and 3,730. And it turned out to be number 14. Number 14, I'm moving the information over right now. I know the name, but I want to find out where they're from first. So we're going to have to pop over to that screen. And from Romoville, Illinois, we've got Jeff Andrews, who is the winner of our Uno Laser tonight. Yay!
Yeah, congratulations, Jeff.
Yay!
Where's your round of applause?
Yeah, exactly. Sorry,
Sound effects.
this is a low budget show. We can't afford anyone coming in and clapping. We just can't. So yes, from Romo, Ville, Illinois. It's the good stuff. Good stuff. So, congratulations, Jeff. And we'll be doing a couple of chat room drawings here in a little bit to give away. We're going to do our subscription or shirts, and we'll do those in just a little bit. All right, Jeremy, what do you got up next for us now?
All right, let's see. Let's wanted to talk a little bit about a little upselling for you guys.
Yeah.
So we can talk about pin spotting. But before I do that, I want to just talk about a little bit of marketing. A lot of people always ask us, how can they expand their DJ services or lighting services, really, anything you want to do. I hear a lot of people talk kind of bad about wedding coordinators and planners and even the venues that are trying to cut them out. But I just wanted to say real quick that a while ago, we figured out who our repeat client is. It's not going to be that bride and groom, that couple, that birthday party. I mean, you are going to get some repeat clients, but your real repeat clients are going to be the wedding planners, the coordinators, the venues. They're going to be your biggest and best referrals.
Yeah,
and it's always industry referrals. So if you look at it like that, they're fantastic people to get into. Some I've seen online where a lot of people were saying, "Oh, but the venue is now offering uplighting," and that's true. A lot of venues are starting to offer a lot of these things. Some even have gobo projectors built in. But we work with a lot of venues that offer services that we offer. And what we do there is, say a venue bought a set of lights. Well, they might not have either enough lights, or those lights that they probably bought are just RGB. And you can really not do a great amber with that, and you can't do the soft teals and pastels that are really popular nowadays, and warm white. You can't do a white with RGB. Yeah. So these are little tricks that you can do. You can actually, you can say, we can do better colors than the venue, or work with the venue and say, if they want to bring you in when they can't do what the client wants. So if you play nice with everybody, it'll work out well, I think. So. But we also, a lot of times, a lot of our main competitors are DJs as well. I'll be honest, I was a DJ with uplights, and there's going to be a lot of DJs with uplights and gobos and all this stuff. Well, it's whenever somebody wants more than what a competitor can offer, that's usually how you can market it, and you can do a little bit more of that. And like I said, we work well with just everybody in our industry that they bring us in for a little bit. Just kind of go halvesies on the event. So just a little marketing tip with that.
So when you're working with other DJs and such, I mean, how do you, so a DJ company calls and says, "Hey, Jeremy, I don't have this, and can you bring this in?" Yep. Is that how the conversation goes?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys in our market that, they want to focus on the music. They want to focus on the DJing, which is totally fine. I respect that. And a lot of them don't want to get into lighting. So they'll just book us. Either they'll subcontract us out, or they'll just refer a client directly to us. And then, in return, when we get a lot of clients that are booking lighting early and we're like, "Hey, do you have a DJ?" Well, we'll recommend these people. So it all works out together. There are a lot of DJs who will have a good set of uplights or more, but then they get a client that says, "We want to go full truss. We want to go movers and concert stuff, for school dances," like with that one guy.
Yeah.
They didn't have that type of setup, so they brought us in. And the whole point is never say no to a gig, because you can go out and find somebody to partner with, whether it be another DJ company. So.
Now, how do you handle it? Because you're at times you're selling directly to the end user, and at times you're working with we'll call it, for lack of a better way to describe it, like a subcontractor under another DJ. How do you price that? As far as where do your percentages? Are you charging the end user 100%, and you're selling it at 75% to another DJ, or how do you do that?
It kind of depends. If we have a great relationship with the DJ or the client, a lot of DMC, destination managers, corporate wedding planners, whatever, anybody, whoever the client is. A lot of florists hire us to come in and pin spot their flowers. So whoever that client is, if they're a good repeat client with us, then we will probably work out maybe some discount with them. Or honestly, our prices are really competitive as they are. So a lot of times, clients don't want to have to go to 20 different vendors.
Right.
So they rather just go with the one person. And sometimes those people will then mark up our services. So we're still getting what we want, and it could even be our full price. And then they mark it up a little bit, and it just depends on what the who the client is or the situation really. We have different deals with, it's like 20 different deals with every different person, and even with the same person, even that person would be like, you know what, I don't want a discount, or I don't want a kickback from this one. Apply my discount to the total that you're going to give to the client, or this client's being a real pain in the buns. We're going to go a little higher than normal, and that's the beauty of wedding planners and coordinators. If they communicate properly with you, they'll say, hey, you know what, this client's a little crazy. I'm not getting, they're not replying to my emails. So that's why I'm not getting back with you. I love those wedding planners. But they'll tell you, I have one guy who said this client wants to go, they want more with their lighting, but she's afraid of the nightclub effect. Don't use that term. So what we do is we don't say use that term, because we always say with our uplighting, it can be one color for dinner, for grand entrance, and this is the pretty wedding. It's the romantic and elegant for the first half of the night.
Right.
And then later, you want to dance, let's just go have fun and make it crazy. Well, I'll tone my verbiage back with that, and I won't say, let's make it crazy, let's make it nightclub. I'll just say, we can color change the lights to the beat of the music, and we can match the energy of the music with the lighting. So when a slow song comes on, the lights are going to calm down. So it's things like that. And if you just you have to know your client.
Yeah.
And a lot of these industry referral people will be great with that. So, bam, yeah, you can definitely rent stuff, and audio visual companies. We rent a lot of stuff from other companies as well.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a lot of bigger events. I mean, everybody has to grow at some point. And the whole fake it till you make it. Hopefully you're not faking it really, but you're actually really doing it. So subbing stuff out, renting. We can't stand doing bistro lighting, market string lighting, the bulbs. That's just a pain in the butt. So we partner with another company, but we still offer it underneath our umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
So but that was some of those tips there. Did you have any other?
I just was glancing, and I think Brandon's heading out, so that's where they're all doing. So.
Oh, bye, Brandon.
Yeah, so he's headed on his way. So, okay, well let's do a quick. We're going to give away a subscription to the Disc Jockey News, and it is going to be going to. I just randomly went through, clicked on one. Arrowhead DJ. Arrowhead DJ. Are you still in the chat room? If you are, please reply. I'm not seeing you down here towards the bottom. So if you're Arrowhead DJ, if you are in the chat room. So I need to give the directions of what to do. So please, if you're there, give a shout out, so then I can know for sure that you are there. Otherwise, we'll do another random drawing in the chat room for those who have replied or posted in there tonight. So Arrowhead DJ, if you are there, just say, hey, I'm here, because we'll be giving away. There we go. Right there. Arrowhead DJ. What you need to do is go out to Facebook.com/JohnYoungMN. That's my personal Facebook page, and message me on my personal Facebook page. I check the filtered requests, and then we'll get your information back and forth and get you entered in. I've got to be entering a few of you in from the last couple of nights. I haven't had a chance to do that. Had a doctor's appointment today, and we can talk about that some other time. But you will get yourself a 1-year subscription to the print, and I will get that. Yeah, DJ, wonderful, and we'll chat later on that. So, all right, cool stuff, Jeremy. So, what are we up to here? We've got ourselves another 10 to 15 minutes, and then we got to wrap things up.
That's fantastic. I'm so used to being cut off.
I know. We'd have been done in half. I mean, we just sat there and looked at the school dance for our 25 minutes.
Really, it was like on repeat. The Parker DJ. I'm gonna have to show this to him. He's just like, get him in doing the run over. We did an awesome mannequin challenge that night. It was really neat. He ran through the whole. He had them all frozen. 500 kids. It was really cool. It was really neat.
How did the kids? I saw one, and somebody shared earlier today, and they were going, and it was like, oh, this looks really cool. And then there was a couple of kids who did the, didn't hold.
I never saw the end result. I just saw it. But they really stuck that pose, and he was running through back and zigzagging through the whole crowd with this phone to get everybody. And he was in the back, and there were still people in the front. They were like, "Is he done yet? Can we move?"
Yeah.
But they still held it, and it was really great. And it was neat because I was able to follow them with the trios to kind of light the area out there so his phone looked good. So I'm really excited to see that.
Wow, that's really cool. We're gonna give that a shot Saturday night. We've got the school that my boys go to. We're going to do have the kids at a point in time there, give themselves enough room so that we can get through them and then do that.
Yeah, it was really neat. So I was gonna, we were talking about upselling as well. I know a lot of guys want to know about that. The way to ease into some of this stuff, I'm going to share my PowerPoint with you guys. I'm not going to go full screen with it, so I'm just going to, so this way I can see what's coming up too. But I wanted to just kind of talk about pin spots with you real quick. A lot of people have them, and they're really affordable out there. What you can do, this is what I did this exact same presentation to wedding planners and coordinators, and pin spotting. I want them to don't forget these important elements. Everything that goes dark in the room. We have up lighting, we have dance floor lighting, we have, we'll put a cake, pin spot on the cake, but then the florals, I mean, all the stuff right here, you can see this list, the florals, the food stations, the bars, the signs, guest book, seating cards, memorial table, entertainment, a little band, a 3-piece band in the corner for cocktail or something, or the ceremony if it's after dark. Registration, area lighting, darkened stairs. You always want to make sure it's safe outside. And of course the couple. So, when I promote this to the other planners and I say, don't forget this when you're designing it, but for all of us in the industry, these are fantastic upsells because nobody's thinking about these things. So when you bring this up, they're like, oh yeah, I want to make sure grandma can walk in the backyard, or, oh yeah, we have a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be seen. And they don't realize it until you talk to them. Yeah. So obviously, here you have the cake spotlight. We all know about that. But then you have floral centerpieces. I mean, this is the same event. We were doing some color changes, but you can see kind of the before and after of floral centerpieces. Yeah, that's the next logical step. Again, here in these rooms, you can see, how these all look. They just look fantastic. And this is one. Here's a nice one that we did. It really makes the room, because in this room, we turned off almost all the lights except for the chandelier. So you have to bring light back into that room. And
where are you mounting these pin spots now?
Okay, so that's a great question. This room was on a ledge. If you can see right here, these is a really dated decor room. So they had like these big ledges that we can do. Some of these are up on really tall stands or in the center of the room. I'm trying to see if you can see any of these. These were on 12-foot. I use a drape verticals for pipe and base verticals.
Yep, we talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we put our pin spots on a lot. And I'll show you some clamps and stuff that we have over here. If you can get it up into the air wall track, that's fantastic. And Fuel Lighting has some air wall track clamps that you can get. It's a little pricier. Each of the clamps are about $80, and you need the hardware to get it up there. The pole is like a couple $100, and then the focusing head. I mean, it gets really expensive, but if you can get it up high, that's the whole point of it. This is a neat one. This was a band that they didn't hire us to do. We were doing pin spotting on the floral centerpieces and the uplighting around the room. And then we look over in the corner, and there's this, 8 or 9-piece swing band that had no lighting on them at all. And it's like, all right, well, we have a couple extra pin spots. Let's put them on the air wall track or, up on the wall, and we just lit them. So this is actually 2 pin spots on the band, lighting them up. And then we put one on each of the signs here as well. And this is the best thing. We know the decor company very well. These signs light up with all these bulbs going around the edge. If they were to turn those on, you wouldn't be able to see the band because they are so freaking bright.
Oh, sure thing. And then that would watch.
And the decor person's like, yeah, I don't want to plug these in. Plus, these things take like 2 or 3 circuits for the whole, and they're just high wattage. It's ridiculous. They're not LED. So we lit them up, and you still get the effect. So I was really happy with that. I was very proud that we were able to light up this whole band, and it looks fantastic. Here again, the bride and groom. You can't tell. It looks natural. You would think that was the candlelight lighting up the bride and groom, but no, we had 2 pin spots on them. And we would, the magnetic bases, all of our pin spots are LED and battery powered and magnetic. So you can stick them up to these little metal parts, the joists and the wood of the rafters. They're really fantastic. This one here, this is the food stations. This is a sign that this company had just sitting there next to the registration desk. They moved it out halfway through the event. I look over, I see it's dark. So I put a pin spot on it. When we stay through the event and we can take a look at these things and you can see them. But that's where we try to get people to think ahead. All these photos are going to show them, where it goes in the dark. Food stations are really big. Buffet stations, candy tables, and even anywhere people have to operate. This is all done in an airplane hangar. So this is my favorite photo right here. This is an airplane hangar. You can't use the lights in an airplane hangar.
Yeah, gymnasium. Yeah.
So this is about 40 uplights going around the room. It was all blue. And everybody looks like a Smurf. So, very true. They either look like a Smurf or a grape, whenever you change the colors. Mm-hmm. So when we took all these pin spots and we just magnetically stuck them to the sides of the walls, or we had some on stands. You can see some stands right here in the middle of the room. And we just spread them out. They were shooting everywhere, just creating pools of light. And there was this event, really, it took me a while to realize this, but it's like you look at this and I'm like, just the psychology of having pools of white light in the middle of this sea of blue balanced everything out. Mm-hmm. And for that right there, I mean, it was like, the white light's not covering everywhere and you don't need it to. So, you don't need it to cover everywhere. You just need to have pools of it and, to kind of randomly hit things. And it kind of balances your eye out and it doesn't make it seem so overwhelming.
Yeah, I get that.
So I think somebody was saying, I would like to second David's question. What was David's question? Do you charge per pin spot? Yes. Okay. As far as pin spotting goes, typically our pin spottings can range anywhere from $25 to $50 a pin spot. The $50 is usually on the higher end, and that's when we have to bring in a lot of rigging for, to get it really, really high up in like 20-foot airwall tracks or something like that. If it's a big pain in the butt, then it's going to cost a lot more. But typically our pin spotting ranges anywhere from $25 to $35 per pin spot.
And you're using the, drawing a blank, Paul's company with your pin spots.
Oh, yeah, Fuel.
There we go, Fuel lighting pin spot. And now, for those of you who are not familiar with Fuel lighting pin spots, they are some of the premium pin spots out there, and they're not cheap at all. So they're
about $300 a piece. Whereas with Chauvet DJ, you can get 6 for that price.
Yeah,
with their easy pins, and they're both great. We actually have some of the easy pins, but I like the warm white of the Fuel lights. They're a warmer white. They have the zoom head. I have one here. I'll show you in a minute.
Yep.
Here, let me just stop this real quick. All right, I'm back. So yeah, here's the Fuel light, and here's the Chauvet EC pin. Conceptually, they do basically the same thing. I don't know if we'll be able to see this. If we can see the color difference.
Yep, we can.
And okay, so here's the easy pin. It's a really, really cool white. You can always put an amber gel on it, I'm sure.
Yep.
But it's very tight beam as well. You would have to put like a diffusion or something to kind of spread the beam out if you want to make it wider. So here is oh, there you go. So they're about the same size now.
Yep.
You can see the color difference. There you go. That's probably better.
Yep.
But the cool thing about this guy here, the Fuel light, is that it has an adjustable head. So I can make this and go and kind of zoom it out. And when it's tight, I can actually shoot buildings across the street with this thing.
Yeah.
It's very, very, it can work really well. And it has like 4 different programs. You have the remote control. Here's the magnet. Now, a lot of times, I was going to show this little guy. This is something, our own little creation. Just get a little C-clamp, and we go to a metal shop, and we get these made. You can even pick up scrap metal if you go to a metal shop. You can ask them. But this right here, just put a C-clamp. You can put an O-clamp, anything really to use your tripods. Because you can't stick this to a tripod. Either it's aluminum or it's round, and this won't I just want to turn it off. So you stick this to a round thing, it's going to wobble.
Yeah.
So you need a flat surface. So that's where this guy comes in, and this is always so fun. This is my favorite thing. Everybody asks, how strong can a magnet be? It's like, now I have to break it apart, but that thing's on there. This is not going to go anywhere. You can actually even stick it to a lot of the air wall, the ceiling tiles. We've even probably, this is you can do the chain, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. He puts incredibly strong magnets on those little guys.
Yeah, they're great. So that's what we do with these with the pin spots and everything. As far as I'll show you real quick again. All right, boom, we're back onto this.
Yep.
Here we created some pools of light to show, for loungy areas. Here it was a memorial, or they needed to see all the plaques. These are my old school pins. These were actually powered.
Yep.
But here you can see where you needed to actually light the stairs of a house. For out either the front yard, the backyard, whatever. And then here's some of the rigging. This is the beauty of these things. You can see here, I just attach them to the air vents in the room.
Ah, sure.
Window frames, air vents. These things are square. They'll sit on they can sit there. They're just fantastic. I mean, you can use them anywhere. So, all right, cool.
But that's definitely an investment. And the like the Chauvet American DJ, they both have the other pin spots, and they have a magnet to them. Not as
I would say if you're just getting started, get a set of these. Get a set of the Chauvet DJ Easy pins. You can get 6 for like $250 or something like that.
Yeah, they're not.
Or whatever. I don't know what the price is, but it's really, really affordable. And just get started in it. Just offer this, and you'll make your money back really quick, and then you can jump up to these if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, this is our full-time job. This is why we have a lot of these, the fuels.
Yeah. There's, and Eternal Lighting, he has a version of similar.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark's got some that are similar to the Fuel lights. Paul from Fuel there's a lot of great options out there, and some things are going to work better for you at different points in your business. So go check them out and see what's going to make the most sense for you, because if you can't get a return on your money quick enough, that's
that's very true.
Not a good thing.
My wife keeps yelling at me. There's some things that we purchased over the years I just had to have, and we still haven't used them.
I've got that. I've got that too, and I've spent a lot of time cleaning out the shed.
Bro Lance, no, I don't think any of the pin spots are wireless DMX yet, but they have little remote controls that you can use. Yeah,
none of the wireless, but there's some of the others. There are some spotlighting things, and we can go back to the Intimidator 255s. They can be used as a spot, and there you have DMX capability. So, Jeremy, great stuff, good stuff all the way around. We're going to do one more. Right here is our next one, our last Ever After Entertainment. Are you still with us? Ever After Entertainment for a subscription.
Ever After, I think. Did I see? Oh, yeah, see, he just answered something.
Nice. So that we are still there.
The pins are down to below 200. Wow. Sorry.
Yeah, I think they've come down. Generally, this is the time of the year. For those of you who are kind of, this is the time of the year when the companies know that there's going to be something new coming out, and they start clearing out some of the older things.
Yeah.
And with NAMM coming up, once NAMM hits, and people like myself, we're there and we're telling you about all the new stuff, that means that you're not going to buy the old stuff when you hear how cool the new stuff is. Or the other way around, where you'll be like, okay, the new stuff sounds cool, but the old stuff's now cheaper. And you get that. So. Yeah,
we always like to say done is better than perfect. So if you're waiting, you're always waiting for that perfect fixture or that whatever perfect price. Somebody else is doing laps around you because they're already doing it.
Yep, exactly. And that's where you're getting something that gets you up and running, and so you can get your demo video and you get your demo pictures and different things. Ever After, make sure you go to my personal Facebook page, message me, and I'll get you set up for a print subscription to the Disc Jockey News and get you going there. So cool. Jeremy, thank you for being on. If people want to get a hold of you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
You can just go to our website, karmaeventlighting.com. So it'll just be my first name, Jeremy at karmaeventlighting.com. But I do want to let you know my Instagram page.
Yeah.
we've been really kind of lax on updating our website, and our Facebook kind of falls to the side as well sometimes.
Yeah.
But man, we are all over Instagram, and we are just killing it on there. And if you want to see all the new stuff that we're doing, just to really keep up to date on that, just follow us on Instagram. It's just Karma Event Lighting, I think. I hope.
I don't know. That's what I just put in there. So if that's not right, you guys just be a little creative, and you'll find them on Instagram.
Yeah, it's Karma Event Lighting, Instagram.
You'll once you start seeing pictures that look like some of the cool ones we've been looking at, you'll know you've found the right place. So once again, everyone, thank you for watching. We're going to be back in just a few minutes with our next show. We've got, let's see, Neil. Neil is going to be joining me in just a few minutes. I think the chat. Did I put the link in the down below? No, I don't have the link. So if you guys can just hang with me for a second, we'll grab that link. And actually, I'll put it in the chat right after we shut the show down because I've got to do it from a different spot. So, Jeremy, thank you very much for being on. And we'll have to come back here after a little after NAMM and talk about some of the new lights and such, and give guys more ideas of what they can do for their weddings in 2017.
Definitely.
All
Let
right.
us know. Have a
Good
good
night,
one, everybody.
Thank you.